Sullivan and Mindshocker. Mindshocker, I just seen your video. In that video, you were using intel from guess who? Me. You used pictures. I did. Let's just say, the Tyler French crossover, you put the sketch on top of his picture. Guess where that came from? The other ones you held on there. No shout out. No help. Hey, go see this guy. Add this guy. This is where it came from. This is where some of the info came from. I'm sitting over here, 100 and some odd people subscribed. I'm loving every single one of them. I appreciate them being here. You're sitting over there, 15,000 people. And you got to take somebody else's intellectual property and make it your own to get more viewers. And then Matt Sullivan. Oh, I'm a private investigator. You can tell me anything. I fell for it until I started looking into it. Canadian? If you're a Canadian, tell me you're a private investigator, tampering with a witness, victim, and an informant across borders, that's pretty damn bad. I fell for it right at the very beginning, but other than that, once I found out, I started calling you out and you started blocking me. You made thousands of followers off of my intel and things I told you. Oh, look what I found. Look what I seen. Oh, look here. I'm talking about this person. You using my words, what I found, for your own. It's kind of sick. I barely got people over here trying to get more. And I got people like you two using things I said, I found, I've been showing, I've been saying for years as your own to monetize and get money, get donations, and everything like that. It hurts. I don't have the followers like you do. The federal attorney I got to get things done and get justice and to show some things that need to be seen, like the FBI agent that was over me, allowed Delphi to happen, makes me sick. His lies, disregard, and negligence on Karina. Oh, I'll come get you on record. I'll come get you on record. For over a year, didn't happen. He did exactly what the ones down there in New Mexico, the Jihad compound, they had an FBI informant came in and actually spoke up. I was an informant, not me, but that informant was like I was an informant put in there to get information. They're keeping this quiet. You need to know. FBI knew, and they allowed it to happen. A 3-year-old was killed. They died right there. What's weird is after all of that, and then when they came out, it's like we knew intel and we failed. They bulldozed the whole place. There's social security, birth certificates, people's personal information amongst the rubble. Kind of weird. Trying to hide the fact that, whoops, you messed up. 2 Florida shootings. This is all the same time as Karina and Delphi. The nightclub, they knew intel. Failed to act. Then you got this school shooting in Florida. They knew intel. Failed to act. I'm telling you now, with this attorney, you're going to see the FBI knew intel. Failed to act. The agent's lies, disregard, and negligence on Karina. Then as an informant, I had to get a protective order on a suspect that I was a witness in the case. They turned me into a victim of the same group. Why I say victim? When there's 16 cars, I counted every single one of them parked in front of my ex's house. 16 cars. Multiple people getting out of these cars armed. They weren't going to the house that the cops said they were going to. They were standing in front of our house in the front line, and some of them had the balls to actually go up to the porch. Standing on the steps with ARs, pistols at the ready. I end up getting the rest of the family upstairs in my girlfriend's room. Her mom's youngest daughter, my ex's sister, was staying downstairs behind me in her room. I was sleeping on the couch. The reason I was on the couch, this happened every day, every night. We had people sneaking up about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get in the house. So I slept on the couch downstairs, gun under my pillow. Anybody gets in, they're not getting to them. If you want me, come and get me. Right here. It's the way I feel. The reason I made hunting evil, I'm going to turn to army. Doesn't have to be armed. But the whole fact is, we're going to be punishers. If you're a rapist, if you're a killer, if you took somebody, kidnapper, just know, we will be waiting. Any missing cases, we are legion. We are waiting. We dare you to do something, but we hope to God you don't. If you do, just know there's thousands of us waiting. Doesn't have to be hunting evil army. We all band together, work together nationally. Some of these cases involving drugging the troubled community, we can pick those out and we can get that to stop real quick. Like Indiana has a law they don't use. Bill, I think it was 1159. Drug dealers can be charged for overdoses. There's been things like Fox 59 saying that is not being used. Rarely being used. There was one time that it was used, that it needs to be rewrote. And I need every single one of you to look that law up. Rewrote it, the state rep, and I need you to actually request for them to change that. Not just drug dealers on overdoses, but drug dealers and drugs, the users, can be charged for murder when there's a missing and killed case. Like we're seeing now. You'll see Delphi, Karina, Jimmy Beasley, so many cases that this ring is around. There's about 43, and I know I'm low on the count. There's been 12 kids died, 7 died, burned alive. When you kill kids, that's why I made Hunting Evil. The army. The Hunting Evil army. When you mess with kids, all bets are off. We're coming for you. Then when it comes to the missing, 1, 2, 3, forever and always, we're looking for you. But the money I just spent out, it's got me really in the hole right now for that retainer fee. Not going to go into how much it was, but it was salty. It hurt. It hurt bad. So that's another thing. I'm not asking for money, but if you donate, I still need some things, and I plan on still going and looking for Karina, sifting dirt as much as I can to find the remains. If anybody is willing to help donate, it's Hunting Evil True Crime at gmail.com. Email me, and I will show you everything I get. I got a bag that has a bladder and a small shovel that I need. There's a box of MREs, since I have to be self-sufficient where that bridge is. If I go out there for a week looking for her remains in a tent, I gotta be self-sufficient and be able to eat. All I need is water, and I can take a few jugs of water. I'm hoping to God I can get somebody to help me get a ride, or actually stay. I'm gonna have a huge tent, and it has a what do you call it? Like one of those little sheet walls, so you can have half the tent. This is like an 8-person tent. It's a huge tent. So if I can have 3-4 people, you got a place to stay as long as you want. Instead of, well, we're all gonna be probably over 21, and I hate everybody drinking, but if you want a couple drinks at night, it's BYOB. And I'm not saying be drunk doing what we're doing, but at night you can't see nothing, you can't do nothing, you get away from the scene, good 20-30 yards away from the scene, so you're not contaminating the scene. And the other thing is, I'm looking into how they do it pathologist wise. You wear the booties that go up to about mid thigh, not mid thigh, but if you're wearing boots, it goes over your boots. Tyvek suits, gloves, mask, and then like the hair bonnets. And guys like me, we're gonna have to wear one on the face. That way, our hair don't contaminate the scene. Nothing we have will contaminate that scene. And anything we're sifting through, it can be still admissible in court because we're doing everything by the book. Gloves, we're making sure we are not going to contaminate that scene. There's DNA, if there's anything else left there in the dirt, all we're doing is having, if we can get cadaver dogs, I'm trying to get Midwest Canine cadaver dogs. And if Chaos Divers, if you can see this, I'm asking you, there is water down under that bridge. And if you look northeast of Cutler, you'll see a white line. That is the train bridge I am talking about. It was a half mile from the, if you look at the previous video, put that address in, that fire pit is a half mile. Remember, half mile to a train bridge. Now look over at Delphi. They're what, 3/4 of a mile? That's pretty damn eerie if you ask me. Distance-wise, what the hell? And then I'm going back to the guy out of Lafayette. Came up as a person of interest because of why? The sexual attack on a child. That's the only reason. Daniel Nations, they brought him out of state into Indiana. How many thousands of dollars was that to fly him in? Just to say, hey, he's not it. When the one that actually has his cell phone right now, that'd be another easy one to look. Is there any messages involving Delphi? It's sitting right there in his possessions or in the evidence. It's in a bag. He's in prison. You can ping that phone, follow that phone. And why I asked Sierra Daly's sister, Paige Daly, was your sister with Gabe when he did Delphi? I don't think she was. If she wasn't, and she knows she wasn't, that tells me that family knew where she was, and it was at Gabe Ellis's daughter's house, right there, 105 East Harrison. It's a shame that church has been tainted next door. There was a rape and murder. There is a rapist, firefighter, and a killer that was getting paid on Kokomo payroll. Allowed to walk around. What pisses me off more, excuse my language, is Marlena Smith, Ricky Bobby Lewis, among others. Brew, aka Brewster Fitz, you sat in my passenger side to show me how to get to her house, and you made sure to show a force, thinking it would scare me. None of you little wannabe gangsters, wannabe Crips, wannabe this and that and the other. It's a baby town, and you're nothing. You don't scare me. That was a scare tactic on A. Whatever she tells you doesn't leave us. Well, guess what? You got a mother. The same mother that called Shannon Young to come get her out of her house and take her to the house that she was running for her life when I met her. On Sonny's page, if you look up Lecrae, I'll find you. That is my battle cry. Hold on a little longer, my friend. I'll find you. I don't get emotional. I don't cry very much. But right now, it's hard to look at the screen because it's blurry. And I'm begging you, if anybody's willing to help me, I'm trying to get everything together. And if you're willing to go with me, I need help calling around. And I got an email I sent to Toby Lesenby. Him and Carol Connie don't want to look for her. I will. I don't care if it takes me. Only me. It might take me 3-4 hours with my wheelchair to get back to the bridge. I'll do it. Worst case, I'll bring my forearm crutches. Don't know how I'm going to push the chair, but I'll find a way. I'll find you, my friend. I made a friend and I lost a friend the same night. Then that same group that actually took her life wants to take my life for speaking the truth. And I'm going to let some people, Brad Holder, Kyle Stacy, among others, know the Sons of Odin MC, the president of the headquarters I've been talking to. They're not too happy with you guys. Oh my God, they're pissed. They're ready to get a hold of a few others. And there's some biker clubs, MC clubs in Kokomo. What you know, what you've allowed in your good old boys club, and who you're covering for. You're covering for child rapists, murderers, child killers. Then some of you hold a rally trying to do a public relations. Ooh, look at us. We're helping. Your own president, former president's daughter. You know her boyfriend killed her. Know what happened. You know where she's at. But you use her case that you refuse to be allowed to get justice because what I've heard is you're going to take care of it in-house. Funny taking care of it in-house, he's been walking for years now. You've done nothing, and you've not allowed her case to get justice because it's going to come back and make you guys look bad on why she got killed. Milwaukee Iron, you got Mobile. They're best friends. The president, vice president, everybody with Mobile is best buddies with Iron. Mobile, I've seen firsthand being a hang-around. I was still an informant. I started seeing some shit down the road. Selling drugs and stuff like that. I was like, I never do this, but I know he's part of an MC and it's kind of dirty. So I got in close with the vice president. Started being allowed to hang around. So I met Jamie Beasley, a.k.a. Happy Feet. She's a Kokomo regular visitor. Missing Hill down Indy. Wasn't long after she actually was there at Mobile. And the reason I called her Baby Happy Feet, she gets her shoes out of the kids section. And every time they had the music on, I was at the door taking money and patting people down, make sure they didn't have any guns at the after set. Friday or Saturday, depending on what day they want. When the bars close at 3, they open up to about 7 to 8 in the morning. Everybody's drunker than a skunk leaving. Jamie Beasley, I actually, if you look up Kokomo Cab on Jamie Beasley, I called a cab and I paid for a cab because she was too drunk to go back to Rushville where she was staying. Makes me sick because I was like, holy crap, that's Baby Happy Feet. And everybody started calling her Baby Happy Feet, and she's like, oh my god. Just because my feet are small, really? No, it's the whole fact that those little small feet and the blue Nike high tops I seen her just thumping around. I'm like, oh my god, she's like Happy Feet. And as soon as she heard the music, her feet's gone. And I'm like, when I seen her picture, I was like, that hit. I helped that girl because I knew if she drove home, she's going to kill herself, she's going to kill somebody else. Where she was staying. I'm like, no. I got the address out of her. It took about 20 minutes because she was drunk. But finally got the address out of her. And they dispatched one of the vans, picked her up. She actually gave the keys to the vice president of Millville. But that same night, the reason she got so fucked up is her, Mary Jane, and a few others that were dancers for Danny DeMolin at Big Daddy's, Little Daddy's. When they closed, the good old boy system would take over after the after set. The pay to play, the sex trafficking in the back would happen. You'd hear it, you know what's going on, and then they ask you, it's like, hey, since you're hanging out, can you help us go clean up back there? It's a freaking mess. You thought going to a hotel blacklighting, if you blacklight this area, oh my, ugh. And people sit there, eat there, I'm like, I'm standing up and eating. I'm not sitting down, placing my napkins, my utensils, nothing on those tables, knowing what was going on, what happened, and what's on those. No matter how much you clean it, it's still going to remain in some spots, and I'm like, it's kind of grody if you ask me. Not trying to be funny about anything. But that same 105 East Harrison, when they said the girls were taken, if they can start pinging cell phones, Gabe Ellis, Paige Turley, I guarantee you're going to start noticing, whoa, they're not in Gas City. You'll see them 105 East Harrison, go to Delphi, stay for a little bit, drive around a little bit, and I got a feeling that's when they switched vehicles and that car was sitting right there with paper plates. Her Mustang had paper plates, light colored. I got a feeling that's when they got into that Jeep with the expired plates of Gabe's. Drove it back to his daughter's house with the victims. They probably thought that car was already hot, already seen, and the heat was already on. No sooner they took them. So they got rid of the vehicle they took them in. So if anybody's seen that vehicle with them in it, or them putting them in it, it's gone. There's a vehicle waiting, and they took that to 105 East Harrison. It's the same spot. They actually, the firefighter paid Gabe Ellis, who was sexually trafficking Karina, paid him again to go again. Her mother's word, oh, he got a little too rough and choked her to death. Cold as hell. Just like that. If I was a mother, I'd be weeping, crying, upset, pissed off. Oh. All he did was got a little too rough with her and ended up choking her to death. They end up calling Kyle Stacy aka Juicy Kyle, to come give the hot shot. It wasn't an overdose like Alan Tinker was trying to say. And come to find out why Alan Tinker, how he knows all these details, she was chopped up, well, dismembered. I heard it was a tub right there in that bathroom. Put her remains back in the car, the truck that she sold, the one she picked her up in. She parked that no sooner that case was done and got the Mustang. The Mustang still had paper plates during Delphi. Everybody's like, oh my god, the Gas City thing. Like, how did they not see they were in Kokomo? They were spotted on the way back in after they dropped the girls off. And that's when they started following them. They had to be spotted first. They had to get a positive ID. That's what happened that morning. He came out with a cigarette. That's when they were able to positively ID him. Any other time, they couldn't positive ID him. If he's in a car, look like the guy, no. And when they're moving at night to do what they did to the girls, I guarantee you their DNA is going to be at 105 East Harrison, and then in that Mustang of Paige Turley's. Mark my words. If you look at Gabe Ellis, if you see right here and here, and you just gotta have a big old black eye, swelled up, but he's gonna have a spot on his nose here and right here. And if you actually are talented enough, if you do a Converse high top, then shoe, the top of the shoe where the white part is, matches right there. But you got to put it at an angle where it's like almost coming up at an angle, because if you look, it's kind of got a weird angle to it. It's almost like they were kicking from this way up, and he got kicked here on his nose. So it's got an angle to it. So I'm starting to wonder if one of the girls kicked him and the tip of their nose just hit enough. Oh, thank you for coming, Chick. But I got a feeling that right there, the touch DNA on the shoes, I've been asking for that to happen. But I just called Toby Lesenby, left him a voicemail, and I was like, I don't know if Hammond didn't tell you, but what it means moving forward in the investigation means you already have an open investigation going. You open an investigation on the third victim, Karina McClurkin. You've got an open investigation. He got more intel what he needed to further the investigation, which means there was an investigation, had it been open, and then furthering the investigation means you had to literally open an investigation. They need to start coming out with that. If I have to do a freedom of information request, or hey, in the lawsuit that's coming, I got death threats as a witness in Carroll County. I was a witness to a crime, a death in Carroll County. And I got told the death threat, oh, I am so sorry. I hope nothing happens to you. There's nothing I can do. It's sad when Steve Mullen and others were just thrown in. No history in the job they're doing. Some of the detectives were just thrown in, given the title. Never went to school to how to do this. They were learning by the seat of their pants. Because Toby just put them in place, gave them the title, and here I have at it. And you'll wonder why it's taken 5 years. But mark my words, with these lawsuits and me fighting for my rights and protections, a lot, and I mean a lot, is going to come out. And I guarantee you, I'm going to cause enough hell and open hell's pits on these bastards. And I hope to God they burn in hell. Mark my words. If I'm allowed to stand to a victim impact on each of these people, for that group victimize me, I still got to get orbital surgery, like bottom and top, completely broke. And if you look, I'm still got, it's not a black eye, but it's just kind of how it is. When you get your head beat to the concrete and then kicked, hit, attacked, bloodied, it sucked. This group is dangerous, and that's another thing I'm showing you guys. One of my next videos, I got some medical supplies like a tourniquet and a few other things. In these videos, I'm going to start showing you how to hyper awareness, know your surroundings. Some of you guys I know are going to these places, and especially this new bridge. There's a deadly threat half-mile away. He was involved. And what's weird is he was friends with Derek and Anna. Anna deleted him after I met her at the softball field for the girls. And I let her know, hey, I seen you're friends with the suspect in Karina's case. Oh, what do you mean? I was like, just like Ashley Garth. Oh. The look she gave me after that one, oh my god. But I brought up Dusty Hooper, the fire pit, letting Gabe Ellis burn Karina's remains, and they disposed him at the bridge afterwards. I'm starting to wonder that was the bigger pieces at the bridge to split it up and don't have to carry everything in bags for half a mile. I got a feeling behind that church, the field, some of the smaller remains that they could easily hide, dig little holes, knowing a few tillings, it's going to break them up. It's going to spread them. Nobody's going to find them. Cadaver dogs. I need you guys to get a hold of Midwest Canine Search and Rescue. We need their cadaver dogs. They do it for other shows. Bigger. Come on. If they can show us where the remains are. And sorry, if anybody's seeing this, I nicked myself last night. And this beard was supposed to look a little bit better, and then, yeah, I had like a spasm, and it was like, yeah, so I got the full Amish look going on. It was supposed to stop here and keep the goatee look. So yeah, I look like the pissed off Amish. I am the Amish Punisher. I'm coming for you all. I just need an Amish hat now. But the thing is, I'm thinking about getting some shirts. Like, I got a heart. If you do like scratches on hearts, and then go down, that M, I, K, E, I could put my name in it. I love that signature. I'm thinking about putting it on the back and then do something like this, then Hunting Evil on the front. Just a couple shirts like that, a couple stickers, then have like a bullseye over the eyes, because we're hunting one sick piece of shit at a time. Excuse my language, but most of you will agree. We're hunting one at a time, 2 at a time, 3 at a time. We don't matter. As long as you keep attacking the people that need protected and don't have a voice, we are their voice. We will scream loud and proud. We will fight for the ones that cannot fight for themselves. And for me, there's 5 victims of Delphi. I've never used this, but that same group that killed those girls killed Karina. They want my life, and I've already been attacked, and I'm surprised I'm alive after their physical attack. After they had 16 cars full of guns trying to raid my house to take care of their B of a problem. To them, I was that snitching, because I was letting it be known. They didn't like it. They were part of the why these cases are not being solved. People are afraid to speak up for the same reason. I think the only thing that got the cops here a little bit sooner, I looked at the dispatch, and I was like, "You're gonna need body bags." I'm sitting between but two doors. I got one mag out, one in the chamber, and I've got 3-4 mags with me, and I don't have just a handgun. They come through this door, it's going to be hell, and not for me. I'll protect this family till I am dead. These people come through this door, they're not going to get a shot in. I know what I'm doing, urban combat. There's plenty of walls I can sit around and pop you off, and you never know where I'm at. I can move this way, I can move that way. I know hiding spots. Little closet. There's a place that they had books stacked up. A lot of times you can't shoot through books. But I'm just letting you know, we are hunting evil, and this army is coming for you. And for the missing, 1, 2, 3, forever and always looking for you. But like I said, if anybody's willing to help donation wise, just get a hold of me. And like I said, it's huntingeviltruecrime@gmail.com. I hate asking, but to get this done, and this I would call adventure, one hell of an adventure, on staying and trying to be self-sufficient for a week. Anybody that's willing, a couple of days, come out, help me sift, help me dig, help me look. And if we can get the cadavers in, we're not going in blind. We'll know the spots to look. Once we start finding remains, we can spot and find its remains. Then right there, we're ready to go. We can leave. But like I said, the Tyvek suits, what we need to be protected and sterile in that environment. It's going to be a little warm. I'm telling you, I warn them, and addicts doing bad work. Yes, I've done some deadly cleanouts. An M&M size piece of guano, you swallow it. I know a guy that's actually a vegetable still to this day. So yes, I've been like 160-degree addicts wearing Tyvek suits, the whole kit and caboodle. And then at one time we actually had to rent full face mask. That's how bad it was, because you'd be having to actually get down like 10 feet of guano. Regular mask wouldn't work because it'd be pushed up, so we actually had tanks and then actually full face mask in a big church. I was surprised some of these ceilings were still up. There was tons, and I mean tons, 2-3 tons in one area, nothing but guano. So anybody that's willing to help, we're gonna need Tyvek suits, gloves. Like I said, the hairnets. I might cut this off just for the fact that I'm gonna look weird having a hairnet right down here. But hairnets for your hair, so no hair of ours is there. And like I said, the tent, I'm gonna make sure it's about 50-60 yards, nowhere near where the dogs would hit, and make sure the dogs search the area. We're gonna pitch the tent and hide the tent. I also need, I think it'd be safe, because the issue, if we get the military, like, I wouldn't say tarps, but it's camouflage to hide, like, tanks and stuff. And if we can dig the tent down a little bit, it'd sink down lower, and it'd be less that we'd have to hide. And if we dig it down enough, all we have to do is make it go pop down and throw the tarp over. You'll never know there's a tent there. You never know we're there. It just looked like brush. We can hide in there. Any threat comes, I know a few of us will be armed. And if needed, if you don't feel safe, I'll even let you wear my ballistic vest. That's what I'm saying. I'm there. I signed an oath. I signed a paycheck up to and including my life to protect and serve my people of the United States and the Constitution. I am the voice for the voiceless. I fight for the other four victims. Mainly the other three. The fourth I never really know about. I don't know really about his case. I just know it's 96 days after, and it was one of the individuals that helped in Karina's. So yes, it's tied. They all three involved knives, and it was major, major brutality with knives. Proven. Taken to another location, I guarantee you're going to find DNA in Mustang, and I guarantee you, where it happened, they probably did the same thing Marlena's seen when she toured the crime scene. Karina's mom, she toured their crime scene, showed everything, told everything, who did what, whose role was what. And she's remaining quiet. Why? Because of her drugs and LaBrittany's drugs. They know if they start getting Karina justice, their drugs go bye-bye. And I hope you are hearing me right. I didn't put my headphones in, so I'm hoping you can hear me right. But I'm gonna hop off here. But anybody has any questions, want to see anything else, show proof, do anything of the sorts, just hit me up. Like I said, huntingevil.truecrime@gmail.com. Or if you are in Sonny's group, my Facebook, Michael Phillips, go ahead and find me. But the more people we get, the bigger this army gets. I want these people to fear us. We know names, we're going to see things, and we're going to see names before they even do anything. Once they act, we're going to be like, oh, hey, look at this drug ring, this is why. This person is around this, and this case, and then now this case. You're going to look at these people and the rest of them, and along the line, you're going to find whoever was missing, what happened to them, or where they at. Guaranteed. It shows right now. So many people, like Graz and a few others, are trying to throw people off. Dustin Prather, there's nothing to see there with his little crew. And Derek Stilling, nothing to see there. Erskine Stilling, nothing to see there. Anna being longtime friends with Ashley Garth and her family. Did work for her grandmother. You're friends with multiple suspects, especially the first suspect in your own daughter's murder case. One of the first victims, you're friends with one of the suspects that actually took part and had a major role in the first case tied into your daughter's case. Sick. Then further the investigation, Google that. See what that means. It's to get what you need to take it to court. That's sad. And they're keeping that from the American people and the people there. That'd be the third missing cold case. And this time they didn't even lift a finger to look for the remains. They had too much going on, too many deaths, too many murders. One more. That's sad. But when Carroll County investigative prosecutor, admits that there was an open case, Hammond admits that there's an open case, and now Lesenby has been dodging emails, now phone calls. I don't trust Tony Slocum. There's at least 24 domestic terrorism suspects. Some of them go back in the same groups that actually Brad Holdner, Gabe Ellis, and others belong to. I can prove that not only in my FBI files, but I got a lot of these people that I took pictures It was actually with this phone and the other phone I have. And in that phone, you're going to start noticing, whoa, see where this person's from, where they belong to. Then they're friends with Tony Slocum. Then you got like Judge Lynn Murray, friends with felons, and she actually does felony cases. You got the prosecutor, friends with violent felons, drug felons. Then look up Mark McCann, McCann. Be surprised. Over 1,000 cases. How's that legal? You're the lead prosecutor on actually prosecuting these cases. You know every part of that because where you work and who you are. But yet you're going to take these cases on and automatically know the weaknesses on what you got and how to hit to get these people. Mainly, I've seen a lot of the Kokomo crew. Light sentences are actually off. Like Gabe. That should have been a federal offense. There was an FBI raid for possession and distribution of child porn the 16th. Elliot. FBI and KPD made a big deal out of that, but not a word about Gabe. Her mom started getting her drugs again. Started saying, oh, I don't want to charge him anymore. He ended up getting the case dismissed. Sad. Every part of that, including the gun charge, was dismissed, knowing he'd spend too much time in there and being a snitch. When he gets in trouble, he starts snitching on other dealers to get him less time. He's a Kokomo snitch. Sad. But when you can, if anybody can, it's like, I'm trying to help like hell to get to Cutler. If anybody's willing to go with me, give me a ride, pick up me in my chair, what I got. I'm trying to save up and get what I can, as fast as I can, to get this done before the 6-year anniversary. If anybody's willing to stick it out in the tent with me, I know it's going to suck. We're going to have to dig some holes, take some toilet paper, meet the wild, not so fun way. Just hope to God no mosquitoes bite your butt when you're taking it. You get the idea. But anybody willing to rough it out with me for a few days, if we can find Corinda's remains near a second train bridge, that's going to get some major, and I mean major things done. But if you can, email me, and if you're willing to help, find me on Facebook. And you're going to see the ones that will help. I'm not lying. Nothing of this is going to me. It's going to do the justice. It's going to be hell. I better call it Hell Week. Just like military has Hell Week. We're doing what it feels like field training exercise, but on steroids. But if you can, I'll see you guys later. I just want to do a quick one today.